Hello everyone, welcome to Rajashri Vidya Mandir. So today we are going to learn Part A Unit 3 Information and Communication Technology Skills. Alright, so in this we are going to start our session 1 and that is a basic computer operations. So in that let's see some of the basic computers. Actually, we are learning ICT, and ICT stands for Information and Communication Technology. ICT refers to all the methods, tools, concepts related to storing, recording, sending digital informations. As like we are sending informations from mobiles, right? Okay. Informations can be recorded or stored in a many ways: handwriting on a paper, written using a typewriter, and so on. When information is stored and recorded on an electronic device, is take on a digital form. ICT devices are tablets, smartphones, and laptops. ICT skills help us to communicate, run our business, and stay connected with our family and friends. Hence, every person need to acquire ICT skills and build them to stay updated with the latest software and applications or apps. So let's see the first: computer hardware and software. A computer system consists two main parts, a hardware and software. The physical part that we can see and touch are called hardware. As we can see, it is a machinery of a computer. These are the keyboards, monitors, CPU, speakers, etc. etc. There is another important part, and that is a software. Though we cannot see it, but it makes hardware work the way we want. The monitor is a physical device or a hardware. When we start a program, for example game, is displayed on a monitor. This is done by the software which displays a text, image or video on the monitor. Hardware would not be able to function without a software, and the vice versa. For example, we are doing a paint, or we are using a paint in a computer. Without a hardware we can't use a paint, right? In the same way, mobile such as smartphone and tablets are also computer system, which with a hardware and software is simply smaller in a size and can easily carried around. The most important software in any computer is an operating system. This is the software that start working soon as we switch on a computer. It's display the desktop on a monitor. Some of the most commonly used operating systems for laptops and desktops are Ubuntu, Microsoft, Windows, Mac OS. Now Microsoft Windows 11 just we had discussed in a class as well, right? Okay. Mobile devices also run on their own operating system and that help to perform their functions. Some of mobile operating systems are Apple iOS, Google Android. That also we had discussed so many times in a class. So these all have applications such as a browser, games, office tools, etc. etc. are also software to perform some specific or particular functions. Alright, now next is starting a computer. So let's take one of our example. What is the first thing you do after you wake up in the morning? What if your father tell you that you do your homework immediately? Can you do it? Normally you would do some daily activities and get ready before you start working. Similarly, when a computer is switched on, it performs some basic process or functions before it is ready to take instructions from user. To start a computer, you have to press the power button, just like you will find similarly kind of, and this will start the operating system and display the your operating system's desktop. For example, in if you are using Microsoft Windows, so you will get the Microsoft Windows desktop. or you will get, if you are using Ubuntu, then you will get the Ubuntu desktop and you will get the main screen. Now the basic functions perform when computer starts. So what are the basic functions that perform when a computer starts? So just as we go about our morning routine without any telling us what to do, computer automatically runs a basic program called BIOS, B-I-O-S. And what is the full form of BIOS? Basic Input Output System. As soon as it is a switch on or the power button is pushed on, the BIOS first does a self-test. If the self-test does shows that the system is fine, the BIOS will load the operating system. That means that the computer operating system, for example, if you have a Windows operating system, then it will load a Windows operating system, or if you have another operating system in your computer, then it will load your other computer systems. Is now ready to take user input. So if you have a next screen, or in your computer if you have a login or something like that, or a log system, so it will appear that also. So this screen is for Ubuntu operating system. You can see over here a username and password, or in a second figure you can see a logout and shutdown option as well. So you can do these basic functions in a computer. I hope everyone have done this, right? Okay. To if you have a login ID or username, then you must provide the correct login ID or a password to enter that particular computer. Then only it will allow you to perform your task. So in that, in short, we can say it will authorize a person who can access those computers. Once you finish working, you must log out or sign out to that, so no one can else can see your work. And lastly, shutting down your computer. You can shut down the computer in any operating system by clicking a button at the, or you have to find out that shutdown button or turn off button. It is similar, this power button kind of, you can find out over there. And operating system will close all the applications and turn off your computer. All right, now next let's see some of our computer parts, and in that we are going to see very first a keyboard. Here you can see one of a keyboard image. In that you can see a function key, command key, navigation key, numeric keypad, navigation key, punctuations key, Windows key, and control key. Now let's see what all this has. Functions keys are labeled from F1 to F12. You can see as in an image. You use them to perform specific functions. Their functions differs from program to program, means it might be you can say different to from a program to program. The functions of a F1 key is most in the most program is to get help on the program. Some keyboards may have fewer functions keys. Next is control key, such as a control, or in short we can say CTRL, Shift, Spacebar, ALT stands for Alter, Caps Lock, and Tab are specific control keys that perform specific functions depending on when and where they are used. Next is Enter key. The label on this key can be either enter or return, depending on the brand of computer that you are using. Uh, you use the enter or the return, move the cursor to beginner of a new line. In some program, it is used to send a command and confirm the task on a computer. Punctuations key. Punctuations keys including the punctuation marks such as a colon, semicolon, question marks, single quotations mark, double quotations mark, etc. etc. Next is navigation key such as arrow key, home and page up, page down, navigation keys. These are used to move up, down, right and left the document. The home and end key move the cursor to the left, right end of the line of the text respectively. It depends on the different programs. The page up and page down keys are used to move one page up and one page down respectively. Next is command key such as insert, delete, backspace are commonly command keys. When the insert key is turned on, it helps to override characters to the right of the cursor. The delete key and a backspace key are used to remove text type, characters and other objects on the right and the left side of a cursor respectively. Windows Windows key. It is pressing this key open the start menu. You can open your start menu with the Windows key. So this is about the keyboard. Now next hardware is mouse or using mouse. Here you can see a mouse image. So using mouse, a mouse as shown figure, a small device that you can use to move, select and open on your computer screen. Items you can open on your computer screen. Let us see some of the functions that can be performed using mouse. That already we are very aware with that whatever the functions are, but let's see again. Different applications will be differently in the mouse actions. Yes, here also some of our applications behave in a different way. For it depends on a different application to application or vary on a application to applications. uh, Here we use file explorer to see the mouse actions. So it's whatever we are going to discuss, it's basically depends on a file explorer. So very first is rollover or hover. Some of our actions can be done by simply rolling over or hovering over an item. When you bringing the mouse over a file in a file explorer, it will show the details of that file. I hope everyone have noticed that or everyone have done that. Next is point and click. As you move the cursor on your desk, a pointer move correspondingly on your screen. The mouse allow you to select an item on a screen. When you click a particular file, it will get selected. And next, drag and drop. To move an item, you need to click it and holding mouse button down. Move the item to the new locations. After you move the item to new locations, you release the mouse button. This is called a drag and drop. When you drag a file in a file explorer, you can pick up from the preset locations and drop in a new locations where you want to release the mouse. So these are the basic functions what we are done with the mouse. Now next is let's see some of performing basic file operations. So in that very first we are going to see basic file operations. Now what do you mean by basic file operations? In many schools or each teachers have separate cabinet. You can see as in our classroom as staff room as well, where they keep all their file and different students or class on a separate shelves. Similarly, information on a computer is stored in an electronic file which can be put in separate folder. It is easier to manage the electronic file as they can simply copy it, move, rename, even delete. Next is file and folder. All information stored in a computer is kept in a file. Different type of file stored in different type of information. Each file is given a file name, has a file name extensions to identify the file. The file name, for example, a document created using Notepad is you can get the extension .txt. There are other file extension as well, .mp3, .mp4 and .jpg. We had discussed this so many, right? Okay. Now next is creating a file. Now here I'm using word creating a file using the text editor in Ubuntu. It is the similar as we have create or as we can create in a Windows. When a student join a class, teacher create to file a computer, she or he might be store his file or her file with a name or address or phone number. So you can say that how can they save their file. So here in a notepad we all have specifically done that things, but we can see that in Ubuntu here I have attached some of a screenshot. Please see this. So here are the some of a Ubuntu screenshot. Here you can see activities in a figure 3.17 where you have to choose the file options. Second, you have to figure 3.18 where you can select a file explorer, a folder particular, and right click on a desktop and create a new folder. Then you just have to, it is most probably 90% similar as a Windows. So you can, in this way you can create your Ubuntu file as well. I hope everyone getting this. Now next let's see computer care and maintenance. In this we are going to see what are the importance of care and maintenance of computer. Taking care of our things, whether it's our book, clothes, functions or gadget, is important. Taking care of electronic devices such as a computer and mobile help them to work properly, just as we take care of our body by taking bath, brushing our teeth and eating food every day. We want to take care of our machines as well. Computer is a delicate machine with lots of moving electronic part. We need to protect it from dust damage. If we are careless, it will not work efficiently. Computer and mobile are very expensive. When we take good care of them on a regular basis, we can use them for a longer time. This will help us to save money as we do not need to buy a new device often. Now, what are the different things you can do with a, so basic tips for taking care of devices are keeping a device clean. Cleaning a device such as a computer or mobile means to keep a screen, keyboard and mouse clean. So in that, let's see keeping a device clean. So what are the things we need to keep clean? So keyboard, first we can see, or first we should not eat anything over a keyboard. Cum can be damaged, or the internal part of a keyboard. You can clean keyboard with a soft brush and remove clump or dust particulars. Next is screen. You can wipe the screen with a soft cloth to remove any finger marks. Third one, be careful with the food and drinks. So you have to avoid eating and keeping glass of waters of cup or a coffee or a milk or tea nearby computer. So any liquid split over an electronic device can spoil it beyond the repair. Means it is not after, if that water damage is done, so in some case you can't even repair your devices. Next, handle devices very carefully. Handle and move your laptop carefully. Avoid dropping or banging against hard surface. Even a short fall can damage a screen or hard disk or make a device useless. This is applied for your mobile as well, right? Okay, here they are just saying about a laptop, or we are discussing about the just a laptop, but it will apply on a desktop computer, laptop computer, everyone. Keep the computer cool. If a computer, laptop or mobile get overheated, the internal part can be damaged. The CPU has internal fan to keep the cool. It is only applied for laptop and computer. It is not applied for a mobile, that internal fan one. So we should make sure that fan is functioning. You can also use the external fan. Avoid leaving devices in a sun or a closed car. We should be careful when using a laptop or a computer while sitting in a bed, and make sure that fan is not covered. Next is, do not overcharge your battery. Yes, some has a habit to put a charger on the phone or laptop, or you can say, and it will charge over the night, right? So sometimes we keep a device plug in for charging even after it's full charge. If we leave the device plugged in for a long time, so it will overheat the battery. It will reduce a battery life. Always unplug device once it charge 100%. Always plug in device carefully. While we are plug in our devices, we need to take care, because USB driver or headphone or should be done gently. It should not be forced into pod. If you find difficulty, plug the device, change the directions, try instead of trying to force in. You can do in a soft hand. Do not run too many programs at a time. Yes, if you are running too many programs, when too many programs are running at the same time, a computer or mobile becomes slower, even a crash. If a program or app is not using, it should be closed so that other program can work smoothly. Now, next, till here we had seen cleaning of our computer. Now next, let's see a maintenance of our computer. So you need to prepare a maintenance schedules. So let's see. The very first, daily maintenance. Clean up your email inbox, download email attachment and save in a proper folder. Whatever you download from your internet or important files, you have to copy it from your download folders or from some other folders to a particular folders. Next is weekly maintenance. Clean up your keyboard, clean up your monitor, dust CPU, printer, and yes, important one is backup your data to external drive, because in many cases we had seen that your computer might be getting corrupted and you will lost your data. So it is advisable to take a backup of your data into external drives. Next is monthly maintenance. So transform photographs to computer and delete from drive. Organize photo in folders and album. Clean up downloads, folders, uninstall unused programs, apps, run disk cleaner softwares, run full system virus scan. Yes, once in a while or once in a month, you have to run this full system virus scan. So it will check whether your system have any viruses or anything. Next, yearly annual maintenance. So clean up your contact list, social media accounts, whatever the useless things you have to delete from your contact list as well as the social media. Clean up your email account. Once in a year, you need to clean up your email contact list as well. Update your operating systems. If you got some of updates from your operating system, you need to update. As you can see, in a mobile, you will find so many updates in an operating system. I'm not just talking about app. uh, in the same way, you will get the update for your computer as well. Check for expiry of antivirus software and renew. If your antivirus software is getting expired, then you need to renew it. So these are the maintenance schedules for your computer. So now let's see some of the things that back up your data. So backing up your data means to save information present on your computer to another devices such as CD or DVD or hard disk or some other pen drive. Data can be recovered from here in case of computer stop working completely. Computer can crash, human can make mistakes, and natural disaster such as a flood can happen. So it is important for companies, hospital, banks, etc. or any organizations to keep their information safe so that their business can continue to function smoothly and customers do not face a problem. Now next is scanning and cleaning a virus. Sometimes computer virus can enter computer from such an attachment. We can install antivirus software for that. This will prevent any virus from entering and will also clean any virus that may enter into our system before it affect our data. Next is increasing computer performance. If we have been using computer for a long time, we have lots of unnecessary file data such as a temporary file, images. When they are used too much hard disk space or they are using too much hard disk space, the performance of a computer goes down. It is important that keep cleaning by removing any extra file. We can use the some disk cleaner software which help us to clean the unnecessary file. For that you can use a C cleaner, or either you can do by yourself as well. Just you have to go in a start button in a search bar. You have to search about temporary, or you have to just write a temporary and you will get the folder. You can remove so many temporary files from there. Next is removing spam from your computer. By that, for that you have to, sometimes we get mails from companies who are advertising products trying to attach their file websites, or such mails are called spam. We should never respond to those spam and delete on regular basis. It is possible to set filter in a setting to prevent spam entering in a mailbox. Most email ID or email softwares have that spam folder. They are trying to filter those spam, but sometimes it will redirect and came in our folder. Sometimes it also indicate that regular mails are they are considered as a spam as well. So on a regular basis you have to remove spams from your computer. Let's start new session, and that is about the computer security and privacy. So computer security deals with protecting computer. So we store a lots of information on our computers and electronic devices. For example, we keep our photographs, our mobile, school computers, store personal information regarding every student and their parents. Computer used in a bank store financial information of their clients, and computer in a hospital have their information about their patients. If any of these information get lost or leak or fail in a wrong hand, it can be cause lots of harm to the people. So that also we had discussed in class so many times. I have given you so many examples for that. For example, if information stored in a bank's computer get leaked, it can cause many people to lose a lots of money. Hence, it is essential to keep our computers secure and data safe. Now, let's see some of the reasons for security breaches. Security break is leakage of information stored in a computer. Personal information can be lost or leaked in a two ways. We are not careful in a giving out our personal information over the internet. For example, we share our account detail and password and username to unsecured site. A person get unauthorized access to our computer. This can happen in an office if we leave our computer without logout. Computer security and privacy about measuring we can take restrict access and personal data stored on a computer. Now next is threat to computer. Now let's see different kind of threats that our computer are facing. So very first is a theft. Threat are the way in which personal information can be leaked from computer without knowing. A thief. Thief means stealing information or hardware. This may be in three types. Physical identity, software piracy. Physical, when person may steal your desktop or laptop or computer, this can physically thief or steal your information. Identity, where a hacker steal your personal information and assume your identity. Using the false identity, the hacker can gain access to your account informations or personal perform illegal activities. And lastly, software piracy. This steals the information. This is the stealing of software and include the using, disturbing, unlicensed or unauthorized copy of a computer program or a software. Now next is viruses. A virus is a computer program that can damage the data and a software program or steal the information stored on a computer. Major type of viruses are worm are Trojan horse. So what are these are the different kind of viruses: worm, Trojan horse, online predators, internet scams. So very first, let's see a worm. These are the viruses that replicate themselves and spread to all the files once they attack on a computer. This make it very difficult to remove them. Trojan horse. A Trojan horse disguises itself It appears to be useful software program, but once it reach a computer, it start behaving like a virus and destroy a data. Next is online predator. Online predators are the people who trap you into inappropriate relationship. They may be older people posing you by your age, bullying you in doing illegal activities online and something face to face. And lastly, internet scam. Internet scams, sometimes you may receive very attractive offers saying you have won huge money in a lottery and that you can claim the prize by depositing certain amounts of money. When you deposit that money using credit card or online banking, you not only lose deposit money, but your card informations and account informations may be also misused. So these are the threats to using a computer. Alright, till here we had seen some of the threats to our computer while we are using computer. So now there are certain ways to protect our data or computer. So let's see. So protecting your data. To protect our data from theft and viruses, we can take care of the following measurement. So what are the measurements? Use the password to log in your computer. Use passwords that are difficult to guess. Passwords are difficult to hack if they are mix of small capital letters, numbers, special characters. This would be prevent unauthorized people from using a computers. Yes, that we had discussed in a class so many times. Like today is most probably all the websites are telling you that you have to enter minimum 8 digit of password, and you must have to use small letters, capital letters, special characters, and numbers. Combination of that. Now next is use password to log in your install antiviruses. So install antivirus or firewall. Antivirus or firewall monitor data coming in and out of computer and prevent and viruses from entering. Antivirus can also detect and clean virus that may have entered in a computer. Yes, we all know that how antiviruses work. So it will remove unnecessary file as well as the viruses. Next is encrypted data. This is usually done by bank and companies in which important customer information is stored. They can be encrypted their entire hard disk using encrypted features in Windows BitLocker. This would be force user to use decrypt password before starting a computer, thus preventing unauthorized use. So once you encrypt your data, it is very hard to decode it. And lastly, secure sites. Secure sites gives the details of a credit card or a banking card only on a secure sites. Means you have to use secure sites only. If you trust that particular sites, then only you can use that particular sites. Otherwise, you need to avoid those particular website if it is not trustable. So this is it for this chapter. Thank you very much.